So now you have part 4, which is beginning ladder stitch with our Miyuki Delicas. So we're actually beginning our beautiful earrings. Go ahead and cut off a piece of 30-inch thread, give it a tug, thread your needle. Now you are ready to begin. So like I said before, for every one of our bugle beads, we'll be using 3 Delica beads. It's going to be the exact same stitch that we did before, except for every one bugle bead, we're going to be using 3 Delica beads. And the reason for this is that I find it's a lot easier to maneuver 3 Delica beads than it is to maneuver 1. So go ahead and thread 6 Miyuki Delicas, because that's going to be the equivalent of 2 bugle beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you'll go ahead and thread that all the way down so that you have about 6 inches or so of tail. And for the purposes of learning, we're going to separate them into 2 groups of 3. So imagine that's 1 bead and that's 1 bead. You're going to do the exact same thing that you did with your bugle beads. So you're going to go up, back up through the first 3 and pull tight. And then you're going to go down through the set of 3 on the right and pull tight. Now this will take a little bit more maneuvering to make sure those beads are lying vertically. They're not going to be perfect at first, but with every new stitch you add and the more that you pull, the more they should lie side by side. So now we're going to pick up another set of 3. Thread those beads all the way down. Again, I think it's important if you hold your piece in your hand so that you can orient yourself. You understand where up and down is and left and right is. It's much easier. So we've got those 3 beads on. We're going to go down through the set of 3 on the left and pull tight, and up the new set of 3. Make sure your needle's getting in every one of those Delica beads. And now we'll do our 4th one. So I have 3 beads. I'm going to go back up through the stack before and down the new stack. But I'm going to attempt to make the earrings that I just sketched out. And so that means that I have 4 stacks of red beads, and then I have 3 stacks of pink, and then 4 more stacks of red. And we're just working on the ladder piece right here, which is in the middle. So I'm going to switch over to pink. I'm going to pick up 3 pink beads. Down the stack on the left, up the stack on the right. If you're left-handed, you can just reverse all of this. The left and rights are less important as I could say the old stack and the new stack. I'll try that. So we have our new stack of 3. We're going to go up the old stack and down the new stack. We'll have 1 more stack of pink. We'll go down the old stack and up the new stack. Now, according to my chart, I need to start the next section of red beads here. So I have 4 more stacks of red beads to add. So we'll add another stack of red, 1, 2, 3, up the old stack and down the new stack. We're almost done. If you're having troubles, if you're having problems, it's okay. Everybody has problems. Up the old stack and down the new stack. If you're having trouble, the easiest thing to do is take off your needle and use your fingers to take apart whatever stitch you just did that you don't think was correct. It's a lot harder to take your needle and backtrack. I do not recommend that because this needle is so fine and this thread is so fine that if you do that, you run the risk of breaking open your actual thread. Your thread is made of a lot of tiny fibers, and if you split that, then you are going to create a lot of havoc for yourself, and I don't want that. So it's better to just take off your needle and work backwards with your thread itself, and then go ahead and rethread your needle when you're ready to keep going. Okay, we're almost there. So I'm going down the old stack, up the new stack. I'm holding on and pulling tight. Okay, 1 more. Three more beads on. Once you become an expert bead weaver, you can do this exact same thing, this exact same pattern, except you can use 1 delica bead at a time or 2 delica beads at a time. But because we're all beginners here, I think 3 is a little bit easier to hold on to. Okay. So now our row of ladder stitch is complete according to our diagram. And I'm just going to flip it over so that the thread and the needle are coming out of the right hand side. The tail is coming out of the left bottom side. And now we're ready to begin our brick stitch.